me on my way now. You just give me a...
Oh, and man, and that's a bar.
And when they happen, all you can do is smile in that moment and be like,
man,
that wasn't even me. That was
bar. That's a bar.
You don't even gotta
bro.
say nothing. You be like, man, that was a blessing.
Yeah,
exactly. That just cites me.
Exactly,
I
bro.
needed that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I got a saying that goes right.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to the health part in a minute, but right now
Let's
we tap in.
in.
So, you know what I'm saying? I got a saying that goes, man, let your intentions be your actions. You feel what I'm saying?
I love that's a bar.
Yeah, a lot of
that's
people. Yeah, a lot of people will tell you, will give you $5, but that's not the intention. You know, I'd rather give you $5 with pure intentions that you know what you need it, instead of me just giving you $5 just to shit you. If you want to get fit, why don't you get a fitness trainer?
And it's like, and you're almost like a mentor.
Exactly.
That's
an accountability partner, if you really wanted to know.
And a lot of people need that.
Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that to get over the threshold.
I think the issue, Rich, though, a lot of times, especially with men, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the issue with wanting to go get a trainer is because men have egos.
Welcome to another episode of the Rich Talk Podcast. This one of them. When I tell you this one of them, man. I got my guy. You know what I'm saying? One of the true brothers in the game, one of the true brothers that I can connect with. You know, this man don't need no intro. That's why I didn't do no intro, man. But you know, let's get to the getting, man. I got my guy Tune in here, man. One of the best fitness trainers, one of the best friends, one of the best people in the world, one of the best, like, when I need any type of advice when it comes to fitness, man, I go to this guy. And he don't like, when I say he don't, it's priceless, some of the things that he tells me that he can charge me for, man. So I want y'all to welcome to my show today. Give a round of fucking applause for my guy. How you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm doing well, Rich, you know, and first and foremost, before we even jump into anything, dive into anything, I want to say, you know, God is really good, right?
Absolutely.
And not only do I appreciate the invite, but I appreciate the ability to just be here.
Yes, sir.
The opportunity to be here,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Because, you know, I could be anywhere else.
Yeah.
But, you know, I pulled up on my guy, he invited me, so I was like, you know, let me tap in, you know, let's share some value.
Absolutely. And the thing is with me, right, my main objective for doing this is to provide value. I was talking to my sister today, right?
Sure.
And she was like, man, I'm so proud of you. I said, what you mean? He said, you know, I've been proud of you since you was a kid, but what you're doing right now, it takes a lot of heart.
It's different.
It takes a lot of heart to sit down in front of cameras and really have the ability to effectively communicate and provide value to the masses. And he said, Rich, I'm going to tell you this, though, right? It doesn't matter the views. It doesn't matter the people. As long as you can change one person, that's all that matters. I want you to remember that. And I took that to heart because she recognized exactly what my purpose was. It's not about the money. It's not about none of that. It's about, I want to really change lives. So when I bring certain people to the platform, that is my main purpose. And, you know, I see you in the gym and the way you work out, the way you handle yourself, the way you walk around, it's just your character as a man, I really respect. I say, you know what, let me tap in with you, man, so you can provide some type of value. If not just to one person, if it can change one person's life, we did our job. So, man, welcome to my show, man. We about, man. When I tell you about to get it in.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that. And I just want to chime in on, you know, what the conversation that you and your sister had, right?
Absolutely.
Because I've always been a spiritual guy.
Mm-hmm.
But more recently, I've been telling myself I need to be more intentional.
Got you.
In everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
And that even comes with even getting closer to the man upstairs,
Absolutely.
Right? And through doing so, right, he's been revealing to me over a period of time, whereas though that I need to stop, or the message has been that I've been receiving is that I need to stop chasing money
Okay.
or doing things to chase the money,
Absolutely.
but more so using what he's already provided me, the resources, right?
Absolutely.
And being resourceful,
Mm-hmm.
and rather than chasing money, do what I'm already good at
Yes, sir.
and provide value.
Absolutely.
You know, the more people I can help, the more lives I can change, the
Mm-hmm.
more difference I can make, the more impact I can create.
Yeah.
I will get what I want on the back end as a byproduct of doing that.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's so surreal.
You know, it's
because
crazy.
the reward, you said, like, even like you said, the byproduct you get is the money. But if you don't, what I don't do is I don't focus on the money, because I know that if I'm doing something from the heart, the money's gonna come regardless.
And the money shouldn't matter.
The money shouldn't matter. So my focus is I want to change lives. My focus is I want to bring value. My focus is I want to bring impact. My focus is I want to have one person watch this show and say, Rich, you know what? You did something right. You know what I'm saying? That's the legacy that I want to live. And I wanted to get to a point where my great-grandchildren can go on YouTube and say, man, this is my granddad.
He did that.
He did that.
He was this person.
He was this person.
He changed this man.
Exactly. And he did it. He didn't do it for any form of monetary purposes. You know. So that's how I approach everything in life. And the crazy part about it is every time I use that approach, I've been blessed with money and less of it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because oftentimes your blessings usually come when you least expect it.
Absolutely.
But when you need it the most.
Oh, man, and that's a bar.
And when they happen, all you can do is smile in that moment and be like,
Man,
you know,
that's
that wasn't
a
even me. That was
bar.
God.
That's a bar.
You don't even gotta
bro.
say nothing. You be like, man, that was a blessing.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
That just excites me.
Exactly.
I
bro.
needed that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I got a saying that goes, right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to the health part in a minute, but right now
Let's
we tapped
tap
in.
in.
So, you know what I'm saying? I got a saying that goes, man, let your intentions be your actions. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a bar.
Yeah, a lot of
That's a
people,
bar.
a lot of people will give you $5, but that's not the intention. You know, so I'd rather give you $5 with pure intentions that, you know what, you need it, instead of me just giving you $5 just to shush you. You feel what I'm saying? So every act that I perform is intentional. You know what I'm saying? Even with this podcast, it was intentional because I said, what can I provide what impact can I make besides being behind that chair that can give people value?
And I love the setup.
You feel me? Man, I appreciate it.
And I love the mindset
You know what I'm
behind
saying?
it.
Exactly.
And, you know, I want to give you your flowers as well. You gave me my flowers prior to us, you know, getting the ball rolling. But I want to give you your flowers as well because, you know, we go to the same gym, right?
Absolutely.
I see you every day I'm in there.
Absolutely.
And I know how consistent I am. So to see another individual put in just as much work as me, if not more, seeing him every day, improving his mind, his body, his spirit, that lets me know that this individual, you know, is a quality person. This individual has self-respect. This individual is a high performer. And this individual, you know, wants to make a difference not only in his life, but in the lives of others. Because just like how you notice me, I've noticed you.
Okay.
You know, and over time we've garnered this mutual respect.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not even too many conversations that needed to be had. It's just like, I see you, brother.
Sometimes a head nod.
A head nod is all you need. But you know that mutual respect.
But that's what life is. Life is energy. You know what I'm saying? Where
vibration,
exactly,
frequency.
Yeah, where attention goes, energy flows. And you know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, you don't have to know a person for 20 years to feel their energy. You feel me? Because like you said, like minds attract. So, you know, every time I see you, I nod my head, I say, I like what this guy is doing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if I need some advice when it comes to physical fitness or some type of techniques, or
I'm like, man, pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Feel me? Exactly.
And I got it for you because I understand how serious you are. You know what I'm saying? So if I understand that you're serious and you're asking not just because you're trying to waste my time, but you genuinely want a positive answer.
Exactly.
And I'm going to provide that for you. I will stop what I'm doing just to provide value because I know I'm not looking for anything in return. And I know I'm going to get blessed on the back end.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And
man.
I feel like positive energy is reciprocal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not trying to provide value with the intention of looking for something in return, because I know if I pour into somebody else's cup, eventually, you know, my cup will get refilled.
Absolutely. That's what life is about. Life is about give and take, right? And I tell people all the time, life is not about getting, life is about giving. You know what I'm saying? If you focus on giving, you will get more than you give. But a lot of people are always focused on what can I get. I'm like, and even with people, they pray and ask God for stuff. I'm like, do you know who you are? Do you know what God has instilled in you? Why don't you look within yourself before you ask the Almighty for something that He has already given you?
Damn. Bars.
You understand what I'm
Bars,
saying? Yeah. So a lot of people will ask God for something and wait for God to give it to them. I said, dog, everything that you need is inside of you.
It's inside you already.
It's inside of you. All you got to do is just tap into it. Now, tapping into it might be the difficult part, but the work is worth it. Once you realize who you are and figure out knowledge yourself, man, there's nothing that you can jump off of a 15-foot building and land on your feet. You feel me? You understand? If you really wanted to, brother. So the thing is, knowledge yourself is lost in this nowadays because there's a lot of distractions.
Man,
it's a lot of distractions.
It's a world full of distractions.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of you reading a book, you rather go on Instagram. Instead of you exercising, you rather go to the bar. You feel me? Instead of you learning who you are, you rather go out with a woman that is not conducive to your health or your way of life.
Man.
You feel me? So all these distractions are here for us not to know who we are. Because once we find knowledge of yourself, man, you know what kind of weapon we are. Once we realize who we are,
that's powerful.
Man, we become the most powerful thing in the world. And I always say this, right?
Sure.
The most dangerous person in the world is a black man with a brain. Well, that's why they try their best to destroy us
and dismantle us
from
every angle you can think
exactly.
of.
So because they know physically they can't mess with us. So what's
the
first
mess with us?
What?
We're the strongest beings
exactly. So the first thing they tap into is what?
The mind.
Because they know that us black people, we come from lack, so we're susceptible to what? Everything.
And you know what's crazy? Let's kind of retract, right?
Okay.
Because we come from abundance.
Okay.
You know, we were captured, exploited, you know,
castrated, colonized,
humiliated.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just economically.
Exactly.
Spiritually, you name it. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been stripped of everything that makes us who we are. And we've been programmed, to adopt this ideology that we're inferior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But folks are waking up now and realizing that, we're the strongest beings on the planet. We're the original people.
Absolutely.
That's another story for another day.
Oh, yeah.
But just to kind of double down on what you're saying, like, us as black individuals, we got to realize our power and understanding who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
Is one of those major steps to realizing, the power that God has instilled within you.
That's why I kind of like, I'm not a religious radic, but I follow certain things where I say like, I eat the bones or I chew the bone. I mean, I eat the fish and I spit out the bones. So certain religions I will pull scriptures from to better myself. Even with the whole 5% religion, I don't subscribe to it, but I like their discipline.
Sure.
With the 85% is the deaf, dumb, and blind. The 15% are the one ruling the world, and the 5% are the poor, righteous teachers that's trying to wake us up. You understand what I'm saying? So, and if you can even align that with the Bible, it would tell you that many are called, but a few are chosen. So the chosen few are the one that's supposed to wake up the rest of us.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So there's always going to be the masses that's deaf, dumb, and blind. But once you realize knowledge yourself, that's when you use that knowledge yourself as a teacher to wake the rest of the people up.
I got a question for you.
What's up, my brother?
Do you feel like you're one of the chosen?
Of course. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Because I know. Feel it, man, right?
That's why I said all this energy, all this mental, everything starts from what? Nothing onto something. Even what's the name says something, right? What's the guy, the Muslim guy? Please, I lost. Shit.
Was it Farrakhan? No.
Farrakhan.
Okay.
He said, God made everything possible when He created something from nothing. So that shit blew me away, bro.
Just blow your mind.
He said, God made everything possible. He said, God, let me not even chop it. I'm getting a little excited. He said, God made the impossible possible when He created something from nothing.
Now think about that.
I think don't let that go over your head.
It can't go over your head.
Now we supposed to be talking about health, but you see where we at right now. We're building right now. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna get to the health part. Don't let that go over your head, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Once you realize that your mind is the most important thing on earth, and you can create by creating nothing, and you can bring it into and you can make it tangible. Come on, man. You are. Man, you a weapon.
Supernatural.
Yo, you a weapon, bro. And once you tap, you know what I'm saying? They say we tap into 5% of our brain power. Imagine if you tapping into 10 or 15% of that.
Man.
You can move mountains, bro. You can move mountains, bro. So that's why sometimes when it get to like esoteric conversations, like I said, many are called, but a few are chosen. So I talk to a chosen few. You know what I'm saying? Like we having this conversation. If you know, you know.
If you know,
certain,
you know.
Certain, you know what I'm saying? There's new levels, new devils. There's every level. There's a certain type of knowledge that you gotta attain. So everybody they haven't gotten to that level yet. So you know what? If I get to a certain level where I cannot preach to you down for me, I don't judge you. You just haven't gotten to my level. Once you get there, we can have that conversation.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we are all here to each one teach one. That's all it is about. Life is simple, bro. We just make things difficult,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I heard another quote that I got, man, from this guy that I watch on YouTube. He said, when you come in this world, right, create the best version of your world, when you come in this world, create the best version of yourself, parcel that motherfucker up and give it to the world. That's all you got to do, man. That is your purpose here. Is to be the best version of yourself and give it to the world. You are a service to the universe.
That way you can help the next man or woman.
There you go. You are a servant. You came here to serve. You have to figure out what service you are here to serve. Everybody has a purpose.
And once you realize that we're all here to help one another,
That's
right?
It.
You know, a lot of people, I got it out the mud. I got it on my own.
We connected.
Somehow, somewhere along the way, somebody assisted you.
We connected, though.
Somebody gave you a helping hand. Somebody extended a hand, right?
So name something in this world and I'll tell you how it's connected to each other.
Man.
I don't care what it is. You feel me? That's a whole different conversation
Absolutely,
right there, bro.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Like,
I appreciate you too.
I appreciate you, man. But you know, let's get into that, what they call that shit. Let's get into why we here.
Yeah, man. Let's
get to the meat and potatoes.
The nitty gritty, right?
Yeah, man, let's get to the meat and potatoes, man.
Let's tap in.
When it comes to your when it comes to investments, right?
Sure.
I think the number one investment is yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is facts.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And within yourself, your number one investment is your health. Right. So my question to you is this, right? Let's crack the code real quick. Right?
Sure.
What is your opinion and why do you think that people don't really care about investing in themselves or their health?
I think it's more so a thing of people being ignorant to the fact that you only get one chance at this.
Absolutely.
You only get one chance at life, right? There's no reset button.
Nope.
You know, you can't unplug the game and plug it back in and start over, you know, so you get one chance at this. A lot of people living as if, you know, they got 9 lives. Like, you know, they can live a life full of fear and regret and procrastination and come back in another lifetime and get another opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to understand that you got to go full force. You got to attack it. And a lot of people live in this world of, letting others the opinions of others dictate how they operate, right? And that leads to being stagnant. That leads to being, you know, isolated. And I feel like people are just clueless about understanding that you need to take care of your body.
Absolutely.
You need to take care of your health, right? And a lot of it stems from their upbringing, their environment, and the people who help raise them. Kind of, you know, make them make them realize the importance of your health, right?
Absolutely.
And that being the number one investment.
Yeah. Because
health, like it's a cliche term, but health is wealth.
Yes, it is. That's not even cliche. But it's facts. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's facts. And you know, like we was talking about in the whole spiritual realm, right? we are all spiritual beings living a physical experience, right? So this vehicle is for you to navigate this this earth, right? So if you need this vehicle to serve your purpose, why don't you put this vehicle in optimal shape for you to proceed to your destination? You do that to your car. You feel me? If you open your gas tank right now and they say 93, you won't put 87 in there. But you treat your body like it's 87.
Like it's 87.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like it's 87. Then you wait until your car breaks down or your body breaks down and the doctor give you all these damn bills for you to get your shit together.
Man, it's like we wait until the check engine light comes on.
There you go.
On our body.
Exactly.
And then at that point, it's already too late.
It's too late.
You're behind the curve.
It's too late. Now the engine about to shut off. The engine about to go. Because once the check engine light comes on, it's little stuff that goes off. You feel me? After that, your whole body shuts down.
And it's crazy because at that point, there was indicators along the way that let you know, hey man, you need to tune up, or hey man, we gotta get this fixed. Or this has to be addressed.
Of course.
Or it's gonna be a bigger issue down the road.
Yeah.
And a lot of people fail to realize that until it's too late when they're already dealing with, the health field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And them and the fast food industry, the food industry in general, they all in cahoots.
Just the system, period.
It's all systematic.
That's where knowledge itself comes in, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, I'm not saying it's easy because I think the most addictive thing in this world is food.
Oh, for sure.
It's not crack. It's not weed. It's
no
food.
drugs.
You can get over drugs faster than you get over food. And food comes before. Food is preempted by emotions. The way you feel is how you eat. Food is predicated by emotions. You feel me? And the way you feel is how you eat. If you depressed, you don't eat right. You feel, unless you're strong enough to say, I'm not gonna let this depression take over who I am or my body. Mm-hmm. But 95% of people that's going through stuff are not healthy because they let their emotion. I'm trying to find a word, but take over who they are as far as their health.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like you said, food is the number one drug, right? And if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the main leading causes of death. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
And the inability to realize that the food is the reason why, you have heart disease, high blood pressure. You're pre-diabetic. Yeah. You can't stay out of the hospital for long durations. That ignorance or that lack of understanding is what's is hindering majority of people, especially in the United States, especially in the black community. You know what I'm saying? So we need to understand that, we got to get a grip on our nutrition. We have to get a grip on what we're putting in our system. Absolutely. You are what you eat. Yeah. You eat good things. You eat, healthy foods. You have a well-versed diet, right? You're going to perform at an optimal level. Absolutely. You're going to have good energy. You're going to be in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're going to want to treat people the correct way. Yeah. You're going to want to treat yourself with more respect because you're performing at a high level, opposed to when you're putting garbage in your system, highly saturated foods, fast foods, foods that got GMO, genetically modified foods. Absolutely. That leads to depression, anxiety, stress. You know what I'm saying? The numerous health issues that are out here. And not only that, but folks just be having bad attitudes. And you wonder why. It's like, damn, why is this person always so sad? Why is this person always got an attitude? Food. You know what I'm saying?
Your food controls your emotions.
You feel me?
You are what you eat.
And you could just look at an individual. You can tell what kind of person they are just based on their physical appearance. Absolutely. And it's just a reflection of what they're putting on the inside. It's going to reflect on the outside.
Absolutely.
You be like, damn, I might want to stay away from this person because they look like they got bad energy. And they're going to say something that's going to piss me off. So, let me go ahead and, create my space. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the food and what we're putting in our system, right? And once you realize that, once you can have discipline with what you're eating, that's power in itself. Because food, a lot of things we have as humans, a lot of things trigger us, and that coping mechanisms for majority of people, unfortunately, is the food. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So once we can get a handle on that, get a grip on that, I feel like we'd be in a lot better space, healthier space.
And a lot of people will even go as far as dealing with the allopathic community than going holistic, right? The same meaning that they'd rather take a whole lot of high blood pressure medicine, all types of medicine, other than saying, you know what, I need to fix my diet. I need to fix my diet and put all these pills away. Let me just start on let me go on a fast. Let me go on a cleanse and let me go on a journey to clean myself. They rather rely on their medicine that's making them more sicker, making them more dependent, and killing them
even faster
than saying, let me just kill this medicine and just do it a natural way.
That becomes a double whammy. But I feel like the issue within that is that it's already gotten to the point where mentally they're so mentally distraught because the food that they've been consuming over a period of time has been so damaging to their nervous system, or how their brain operates. Whereas though it's like they're almost dependent upon the garbage that they've been consuming. All those ingredients that are just drawing them back to the same food.
So that's now you got another addiction. You addicted to food and the medicine that the doctor give you.
Sweets and then the man-made stuff that he's trying to get you on. That way you keep coming back. That way he get a cut out of it. Why do you think every time you go to the doctor you got some medical issue, then they quick to prescribe you something?
Of course.
They quick to, and you wonder why. You be like, man, does he really care, or is he getting a cut? You know what I'm saying? Does he really care, or does he want to see me again soon? You know what I'm saying? So he can keep feeding me the same thing, or put me on more prescription drugs. That's going to,
And look, let me tap in real quick with you, right? And I'm gonna give y'all a quiz. Whoever's watching out there, right? When you go to the doctor, do you tell the doctor what's wrong with you, versus when you go to the holistic doctor, right? Do the holistic doctor tell you what's wrong with you? Why you got to tell the doctor that's certified that something is wrong with you for them to prescribe you something? But when you go to a holistic doctor, they look you straight in the eye. They look you through your skin and tell you, look, this is your issue.
This is your problem.
You feel me? I can go to the doctor right now and tell them my leg hurt, and they're going to prescribe me some type of drug, even though my leg don't hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, man, my ankle hurt. My ankle swollen. All right, here, take this. Take 2 of these and call me tomorrow. But if I go holistically, I'm like, nah, your leg is hurting because of the things that you eat. And I can look you in your eyes and say and tell. I can look in your skin and see some, because your skin is the largest organ on your body. So everything that happens in the inside of you comes from your skin. Sometimes all you gotta do is look through a person's eye, a person's mouth, a person's ears, a person inside their palm, the bottom of their feet. You can determine exactly what's wrong with them.
Interesting.
You understand what I'm saying? But as soon as you get to the doctor, you go to the doctor's hospital, doctor can be, oh man, what's wrong with you? I'm here for you to tell me.
And I feel like the misconception with that is that they see that white coat. They see the white man with the white coat, and instantly you're like, oh well, he's a professional.
Exactly.
He went to school for this.
Exactly. And I'm not in the tennis. I'm not even condemning doctors, because
not at all.
They have a place too. If my leg is broken, I'm not going nowhere but to the hospital.
Right.
If I get shot, I'm going to the hospital. But when it comes to like something simple as your health that you can take control of, I don't think you need to go to the extent where you have to be on blood pressure medication, where you can take natural herbs or just go get a cleanse. Start juicing.
Simple stuff.
You feel me? Diet right. Eat the right food. Everything that belongs to the earth is your medicine. Everything, bro. Everything, bro. So it's boggling when I look at people, my brother, and I see why they put their health on the back burner. They put their job in the front before they put their health.
It's crazy, right?
You feel me? Your boss will tell you coming at 8 o'clock. You will listen.
And FYI, your employer don't give a damn about you.
Hell nah, because if you don't, you get fired.
And if you die tomorrow, he's gonna have your job listed quicker than you got the job.
Absolutely, but that's the first person they serve instead of the vehicle that takes them to the job, bro. You understand what I'm saying? But instead of you, all right, let's just say you gotta be at work at 8 o'clock. Instead of you getting up at 7 o'clock or 6:30 to prepare your body for a day of work, you get up at 7:30 and rush out the house and go to McDonald's just to please the person that's supposed to be giving you money. That's tell you that you got to be there at 8 o'clock. And that's the vehicle that you use, which is your body. I'm not talking about the vehicle that you sit in there to go to work. It's breaking down.
Man.
Now what do? what do? You're going to get replaced.
And I feel like I'm in a lot of these corporate fields, like whether it be the medical industry, or, you know, the construction industry, I feel like it's even systematic within those fields.
Where everything is systematic.
You know, they provide the garbage food for you to eat on the job.
Of course. You see all the, what they call the chuck wagons? It's not.
You talking about it? When you like the food
trucks. What? if you're not cognizant enough, you say, you know what? Let me get up an hour and a half early and have my lunch back. Oh, you gonna most construction workers or anybody that's working outside.
Man, them folks live at 7-Eleven.
You feel me?
7-Eleven.
I might go to 7-Eleven, give me a bottle of water. Man, and they in the taco line 6 o'clock in the morning, bro.
The taquitos, they killing the joints. You know what I'm saying? They got the Red Bulls. You know,
man, I'm telling you,
folks
bro.
live off that stuff. And when you see the condition of, you know, their physical appearance, all you can do is just, you don't want to be shaking your head like, damn, like if only he knew, like this shit is killing them. And you eating this every day as your regular diet.
I'm telling you, bro.
Wonder why you constipated. Wonder why, you know what I'm saying? Things not seeming right. You can't sleep. You know, you're always anxious.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
They don't care.
It's a direct correlation with what you put in your system, man. So
that's why I say knowledge of self is very, very, you know what I'm saying? It's prevalent because once you get to know yourself, you respect yourself more. You tell yourself, man, this is not conducive to my purpose. So if I put this in my body, how am I supposed to navigate or serve what I'm supposed to serve by whoever brought me here? You feel me? How am I supposed to move an optimal level when I got all this garbage inside of me?
How am I supposed to help others?
There you go.
That don't know who they are as a person, understand who
that's
they are.
That's the most selfish thing you can do, because if somebody gave you life, what in return, what are you giving them back? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Sometimes it's kind of like I said, everybody's get on certain levels where it takes time. But the thing is, like, the masses will never wake up because they're being controlled by what you call it, the 15%. You feel me? So it's deeper than what it is, but all we can do is be the poor righteous teachers and try to wake up the deaf, dumb, and the blind. That's all we can do, my brother.
Absolutely.
That's all we can do, man. So let's dive into you a little bit.
Okay.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? Super pause. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this world, man. Yeah, that was crazy. I was super crazy.
I got you.
Let's talk about tune a little bit, right?
Yeah,
man. Tell me a little bit about yourself, my bro.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in PG County.
Okay.
PG County native. Former Division I football player. Played at Towson University.
Okay.
And Baltimore College. I've been, you know, in the fitness environment, if you will, as early as 2011.
Okay.
You know, high school. Mm-hmm. You know, so I've always worked out. I've always been in the gym. And, you know, fitness or exercise in general has always been a part of my life.
Gotcha.
You know, obviously I've progressed and I've learned things along the way. However, you know, fitness has always been a part of me, or physical activity.
I got you.
I body build. Not only that, but I own a fitness apparel, Sweat Check. You know, that's my brand. And my motto is, for those who don't know me, no sweat, no check. Self-improvement is always on the menu.
That's a hell of a motto.
And what that means is, let's just say, for example, right, you go to work, you know, you work, 40 hours a week, you know, you get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? You go to the gym, you put the work in, you know, you stay consistent, you stay disciplined,
Absolutely.
You do the right things outside of the gym, you get results, your body starts to change, right?
Absolutely.
So that's where that no sweat, no check comes in, right? Because if you didn't put in the work, you know, if you didn't sweat, you didn't work.
No pain,
you know what I'm saying?
gain.
No sweat, no check.
Exactly.
If you don't put in the work, you don't get paid at the end of the day. And that principle, you know, pertains to a lot of different things. However, you know, I'm a personal trainer as well.
Okay.
You know, personal trainer, and I just love being positive, man. I love promoting and being an advocate for, you know, nutrition, health, and just self-improvement. I'm big on that.
Yeah.
I'm big on that because it's a choice, and you can always choose to better yourself each and every day. You have that decision. You have the control to change your situation, to change your mindset, to change your surroundings. It all comes down to choice, and you have the choice to, you know, to self-improve each and every day.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's a little bit about me, Rich. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like they said, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. So it's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. So how long you been personal training?
I've been personal training on and off since about 2018.
Okay.
Right now I do it full time. You know, I love helping people.
Got you.
The satisfaction that I get from knowing that I changed somebody's perspective and outlook on life, that satisfaction is bigger than any dollar amount.
Absolutely.
You know, you can't really put a monetary value on that, right? Having somebody tell you that, you know what, I really appreciate what you've done for me.
Exactly.
You've really helped me to change my confidence. Exactly. You've helped me to change my outlook on life. You've helped me shift my paradigm and how I perceive myself and how others perceive me. You really can't put a dollar amount on that, right? And just being able to do that, you know, gives me a great level of satisfaction, you know, and I believe, like you mentioned before, that we're all here to serve, right?
Absolutely.
We all have a purpose. And once you understand who you are as an individual, soon do you realize that, you know, you start to align with your purpose more, because God will reveal certain things to you the sooner you understand his purpose for you here.
Exactly.
And understand who you are as an individual and how you can pour into the world, pour into the marketplace and create values for others, right? So I love helping people. I love being able to just pour into others and give people a certain level of confidence they didn't have prior to.
Yeah, like they say, when you do what you love, man, you never work a day in your life. That's how I approach everything that I do. Like I do it because I don't do it for any form of monetary purposes. I do it because that's what I love to do. So when I operate from that mindset, I do it unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing in return. I don't expect nothing in return. Like you were saying earlier, your reward is the byproduct of your service. You know what I'm saying? So I do it to the best of my ability. I do it at optimal level.
Absolutely.
And I do it and I operate from the heart chakra. So every time, that's why my blessings are endless when they come to my children, when they come to my family, when it comes to my tribe, the people that I hang around with. When they come, like nobody would tell you Richard is coming from a bad place, because I don't care what you give me, is about what I give you. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So that's how I always operate in this walk of life. And
giving and not looking to receive.
No. Absolutely not.
A lot of people give with the intention that, you know, if I do this for you, then you got to give me back at some point.
What do I give back, right?
You know, you can't operate from that focus, right?
Absolutely.
Because you may not get anything back.
But that's where knowledge, like I said, I'm a preacher again. That's where knowledge itself comes. You know what I'm saying? When you have great intentions, and the word intentions is very deep. When you have great intentions, man, your reward is endless. Man. You know what I'm saying? Your river flows endlessly.
Your heart is pure.
Exactly.
Your intentions are pure, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've been able to create all these relationships, because I stand on my reputation, I stand on my character, I stand on my principles, I stand on my integrity.
Your values.
And I stand on my values, and then most importantly, I stand on my word. You understand?
Your word is everything.
My word is so. If I told them,
integrity is everything. Character is everything.
I told them, I said that your core values, man, you have to be able to stand on. Certain decisions that you make in life, you're gonna change them. You feel me? Because the more you grow, the more you realize that certain decisions is not conducive to your growth and your way of life.
Absolutely.
But your core values, your core principles, has to be stamped. You understand what I'm saying?
You got to stand on that.
You got to stand on that, and
you can't divert.
And that's what I live by, and that's why I've been able to be so blessed, because I don't bend when it comes to my values, bro. I don't. You know what I'm saying? And everything I say I'll do, I do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My man Jay-Z said, everything they said, I said I'll do. I can't talk about it if I ain't live it. You feel what I'm saying? That's bars to me.
Bars, right?
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I stand by it, man. So when I meet like-minded minds like you, and we get to sit down and chop it up, man, I can talk for hours, bro.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I can talk for hours, because it's invigorating. Like this is my high. You know what I'm saying? This is how I get high.
High vibration.
Exactly. Because you know what I'm saying? We at a place where, man, a lot of people don't tap into when it comes to who they are. You know what I'm saying? So all right, you being a personal trainer, right?
Sure.
I need an advice.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you think you know it all until you meet somebody that's more proficient in that field than you, right? Mm-hmm. When I walk in the gym, right, I'm getting ready to work out, I got my clothes on and everything.
Okay.
what is the first thing that a brother needs to do?
Like right when you get into the gym.
Yeah, once I get in the gym, I'm ready. I'm in the gym. Because I see you.
Sure.
I know the answer. You know what I'm saying? This is just more for educational purposes,
I'm going to give you the answer.
Exactly.
Awesome. So the first thing that you need to do right when you get into the gym, you know, you got your music going, whatever the case may be. First thing you need to do before you even do any physical activity, right? You need to warm up thoroughly. You know, you need to take into account that your body needs to be warmed thoroughly before you start doing any type of movement, touching any type of weight, or, you know, putting your body under any type of duress.
Okay.
Right. And the best way to do it, I feel like, or, you know, that I'm used to is by thoroughly stretching. Right. Okay. And stretching is one of those things where, as though if you don't know, you know, you're doing yourself a major disservice. Right. And it's one of those things that if you do know, you know, now we can perform that optimal level that we keep mentioning. Right. Now, what stretching does for you, all stretching is, if you want to think about it, stretching is just pretty much breathing for your muscles, you know, oxygen for your muscles, right? And oxygen for your body. So when you stretch, what happens is you allow blood flow and oxygen to get to certain muscle groups and certain areas of the body that wasn't prior able to get to before, right? Now, what that does, it allows for proper muscle growth. It allows for proper muscle development, you know, muscle definition, body definition. Your body will start to change. Your skeletal structure will start to change, right? And not only that, but by stretching every day thoroughly, right? I'm not talking about your BS, like grab your arm, bend your leg, basketball stretch, like not to, you know, shade any of those guys.
I got you.
I'm talking about like really learning how to like thoroughly bend and stretch your body, right? Now, what that does, it helps prevent not only pulls, but strains, tears, over soreness, cramps, and you know, just overall wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is not only do I stretch, but I foam roll as well. Now, what the foam roll does, and if you guys don't know what a foam roll is, if you've ever been in the gym, you've seen that it's like a long spherical pad, right? And what it's used for is pretty much, I consider it, or I, you know, I kind of equate that to like a manual massage, right? Because what you're doing is you're rolling on the pad, you're allowing the pad to dig into your muscles, dig into, you know, whatever if it's your hamstrings, if it's your lower back, if it's, you know, your quads, whatever it is. But what you're doing is you're kind of rolling on top of that pad back and forth and letting that pad like groove into your muscles, dig into your muscles. That way it can kind of break up some of that lactic acid that's built up after, you know, rigorous training, letting that pad dig in and groove into your muscles. That way you can kind of help alleviate some soreness, you know, or kind of just ease the muscles, ease the joints. And by the time I'm done stretching, man, I feel like a brand new man. Now I'm ready to be in the gym all day. Because my body is loose. I feel warm. You know, now my joints got some liquidity. You know what I'm saying? I feel fluent. And I feel like I'm good to go. So if you guys don't know already, I highly suggest that, you know, before you do anything gym related, you know, as soon as you get into the gym, warm up thoroughly. And I'm just not talking about, you know, hopping on the treadmill, doing a mile. Yeah, that's cool and all, but like, no, you need to stretch your body. You know what I'm saying? You really need to understand the importance of stretch. Why do you think yoga is so, you know, so popular?
I was just about to say that.
I think a lot of athletes engage in these yoga sessions off season, because you gotta think they jumping, bending, twisting, turning. You know, they got to make cuts, run at high speeds.
All that wear and tear on their body.
You know, how many games these guys is playing, you know, they got to be able to take care of their body. So that's why I feel like yoga is, you know, is important. But no, stretching in general is just something that folks should start to implement more.
So give and take, what's the, how much time do you think people need to focus on stretching?
Daily, I would say anywhere from about 15, 20 minutes.
20 minutes. That's a good optimal time.
Absolutely. Because if you can scroll the internet, IG for 30 minutes at a time, hours at a time, you could take 15 minutes out of your day, 20 minutes out of your day.
That's what a lot of people do that anyway. They be on the damn, they be in the gym on their phone. 80% of the time they in there supposed to be working out.
Talking shit.
Having
sidebar conversation. I'm like, you holding up the machine, brother.
Holding up the machines and stuff.
Using that. Nah, you ain't using that, bro. You over here texting and talking.
Oh my God. No, Yeah. So, I asked you that because, every time I come in, I see you in the one of the yoga rooms.
Correct.
And you take an exorbitant amount of time. And I'm like, what this guy always in there doing? And sometimes you been there by yourself.
The whole time.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, let me go. That's when I came and I approached you and I'm like, man, what are you doing? And once you broke it down to me, you didn't just break it down to me, but you broke down the science of it to make it make sense.
That way
you feel that I can understand it. Because a lot of people, when you ask them a certain question, they be like, all right, you need to stretch. Why? Okay. You feel what I mean? Why do I need to stretch?
Why should I stretch?
Exactly. Google it. I'm like, all right, you know what? If I need a personal trainer, I won't come to you. You feel what I'm saying? I won't come to you because the answers I need, you don't even know.
You can't provide it to me.
You just know. Yeah, exactly. So I believe in stretching. I'm saying once I talk to you, once you broken down to me, I'm starting to incorporate it in my regimen now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think anybody that goes in the gym, if you don't know what you're doing and you're gonna pull something, you better get the blood flow going
for sure.
Before you start doing any form of rigorous activity or rigorous exercise in the gym, man. Don't do what the other person do because you don't know what they did before they got there.
And it's funny that you approached me asking what because a lot of I've had several other individuals like, man, like I see you always stretching, and I've even seen people start to stretch, they grab a mat, they grab a foam roll. I'm like, they wasn't doing that before.
Exactly.
And I'm in this joint every day in the same room. Folks see me. I go
every day,
every day. And a lot of times I'd be in there by myself, and I'd be like, man, I know this Bama was not just doing this the other day. Now you right next to me, you got the foam roll, and you got the mat. It's just like, but
that's a good thing, though, bro.
It is a good thing.
Yeah,
and trust me, I wasn't the first individual to stretch. I'm not about to be like, I created stretching first. So I can't be. I never get beside myself. But you can kind of see how your daily disciplines and your daily routines, how that can rub off on somebody else, and they start to incorporate because they feel like, well, damn, if he looks that way and he does this, maybe I should start doing this, and maybe I might get similar results.
Absolutely.
So
kudos to you, my brother.
I appreciate that.
You do I like people that do things the right way. They don't cut corners, they don't bend, they do things the right way. So working out sometimes, looking from the outside in, right? Seems easy to some people, right? But I realized it wasn't as easy as I thought until I invested in a personal trainer, right? So I want you to tell these people, right, why before they start working out, it's imperative. This is my opinion.
Sure.
Before you start going to the gym and say, look, I want to work out, I think the first thing, that's why I'm speaking of investments now. You need to invest in a personal trainer. I'm not going to tell you why. I would rather let the personal trainer tell you why. So can you explain to the people why investing in a personal trainer is very, very important before you say, you know what, I have put enough money in this person for this amount of time that I can do it on my own.
And I'm assuming that the person, generally speaking, the person that we're talking about that, should invest, who has no prior fitness background, I'm assuming they've never worked out before. This is like a new endeavor for them.
Even if they did, you can still,
okay, sure.
Yeah.
So I feel like, people should invest into a personal trainer, number one, because you need somebody to help you cultivate that mindset, So it just doesn't start by, I'm about to go to the gym and I'm about to start working out.
Absolutely.
I'm about to start doing this, that, and the third. No, you need to start, it needs to start from top to bottom, right? And it needs to start with your mindset,
Oh, you talking that shit, bro.
Yeah, you got to understand that to even want to get into the gym, and not only get in the gym, but stay in the gym and be consistent and get results out of the gym, it doesn't start by just going to the gym, right? You got to develop that mindset where it's just like, I got to make a decision. I got to make a decision. Like, I want more for myself. I want to improve on my body. I want to improve on myself holistically, from all the way. I want to be well-rounded, well-versed, right? So it starts from the way you're thinking first, right?
Mindset.
Because now we have to start talking about nutrition, why nutrition is important. Now we got to start talking about why proper sleep is important, why drinking ample water is important.
Absolutely.
All the little intricacies that tie into fitness before you even get to the fitness part, the aspect, right? We need to be able to develop the mindset and the understanding that You know, the fitness comes secondary. The fitness comes secondary not only to the nutrition, but to the mindset.
Absolutely.
You know, above all.
Absolutely.
And I feel like, you know, personal trainers can help somebody understand because they live that life and this is what they do. This is the kind of mindset that you have to adopt in order to be successful in this environment.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a major investment because not only when you invest into somebody who's going to pour and help you to create that mindset, to sustain that mindset, now we're on the path of self-development. You know what I'm saying? Now we're on the path to elevation. Now we're on the path to progress. You know what I'm saying? And understanding who we are as individuals. Because once you have a certain level of mindset, now you know, now you're a coachable individual. Now you're a person that follows instructions. Now you're a person that, you know, after a certain period of time, you can go do it on your own. You no longer need my assistance.
What? And that's the thing, right? Before I got a personal trainer, I was okay, right? So, but once I got one, I didn't understand form. I didn't understand stretching. I didn't understand cardio. I didn't understand progressive overload, right? I didn't understand what was the range of motion. I understand none of that.
Mobility.
You
Functionality.
know what I'm saying? Mind-muscle connection.
Man, that's a bars.
Once I got to a trainer, bro, and they started teaching me all of that, dog, my results went from, like, when I tell you it took my fitness level to a whole different level, it was crazy. You know, and the thing was, I didn't need that trainer for the rest of my life. I just incorporate some of the things that they told me. So whenever I need that boost, I go get a personal trainer. But you need, like, just like if you in boxing, you need a coach.
You need a coach.
If you in barber school, you need a teacher. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to have that teacher for the rest of your life. So if you want to if you want to get fit, why don't you get a fitness trainer?
And it's like, and you're almost like a mentor.
Exactly.
That's
an accountability partner, if you really wanted to know.
And a lot of people need that.
Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying? Sometimes you need that to get over the threshold.
I think the issue, Rich, though, a lot of times, especially with men, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the issue with wanting to go get a trainer is because men have egos, strong egos, big egos, right? And they can't fathom the idea of another man telling them what to do or, you know, giving you instructions like, man, you need to do this or you're not going to be successful. Or you need to adopt this way of thinking or these habits or, you know, you're not going to get results, right? A lot of men can't set aside their ego and humble themselves to even want to, you know, seek that type of help, you know, and thinking they can do it on their own and realizing like, okay, bro, if what you've been doing hasn't worked over a period of time, bro, it's time to lower your ego. It's time to, you know, bring yourself down to, you know, reality.
Exactly.
And really invest into somebody who can, you know, put you on that path to success because clearly what you're doing isn't working.
Exactly. So especially with somebody that looks exactly like what they do. When you see somebody in the gym, they be like, this man, I can ask for help because him being a personal trainer shows on him physically and mentally after you finish talking. Like when I talk to you and I ask you, why do you stretch? And you broke the science down to me. Then I see you stretch and I see your physique. I'm like, if I need to invest in somebody, I'm going to come to
this guy.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't really get it for the love of me why people choose to like invest in other liabilities instead of the biggest investments that they need to make for themselves, which is their health and their body. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, it's sad because, you know, you go to the bar, you can't find a seat. You feel me?
Yeah.
You go to the club, you can't get in.
You can't get in.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you walk in the gym, you can walk straight in the gym.
Straight, got hella space too.
You understand what I'm saying? So you know, I think priorities need to be people need to start maintaining a certain level of priorities if they want to see certain positive benefits.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so personally, I mean, I believe in getting help when it comes to any facet of my life at this age that I'm in. So I think, investing in somebody that can actually help you be a better person physically, mentally, and psychologically means a lot.
And once you realize that we don't know everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to cut hair. I'm not about to grab a pair of clippers and be like, yo, I'm about to cut my own.
Yeah.
I'm be looking crazy. Well, I should just like, you know what? Let me hit a Rich because he's the subject matter expert.
Yeah.
Let me go get my joint lined up and I'm gonna be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people think they can just do it on their own, like they just know what they're doing, rather than going to go invest or, hire somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That can expedite your process. But like I said, it comes down to ego, right? Like you got to lower that ego and just understand that we're all going to need help along the way. I don't know everything. If I want to learn how to invest in the stocks or whatever, I'm going to go talk to, a broker.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A financial agent.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to learn everything by myself.
You're going to go in that field.
Yeah, waste time and probably don't learn what I'm looking to learn, rather than just hiring somebody that knows how to do it and who has the game in that area and the expertise.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate when individuals as yourself who came up to me and just, hey man, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Or what has that done for you? Man, I love providing that information. It's free game.
Exactly.
It's not charging me nothing. It's not hurting me nothing.
Absolutely.
Like, damn. I just provided somebody some information that could, they can run with. They can implement that. And I've done so numerous times. I've seen people and now people give me feedback like ever since you show me how to stretch, man, I've been doing it every day, and things have just improved for me. I'm like, damn,
what?
And that just reconfirms things that I feel about myself and my purpose, and I feel like what God has planned for me or what He envisions for me is to help. It's to help people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another thing I like about you is, and I talked to you about this, and that's another inquisitive question that I asked you, because I was like wondering, I'm like, I see your physique, right? I'm like, this nigga is jacked.
Appreciate it.
Right? I'm like, you got, give and take 6%, 7%, maybe 8% body fat, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. So I'm like, so I remember I came to you, I'm like, dog, how do you get like that, right? You know me, my ego, I throw that shit out the window.
Got to.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was like, Rich, you want to know the secret? I said, what? He said, I don't lift a lot of weights. I said, what?
Niggas be like, you lying.
I said, nah. He said, Rich. He said, Rich, you see me here, right? I said, yes.
Every day.
I said, Toon, I see you here, because every time I'm in here, most of the time you're here too, right?
We there, right?
He said, how many times you see me on weights? I said, damn.
Now that you think about it.
I think about it, you don't never be on weights. So I said, what you do? He said, Rich, I do mostly calisthenics and high reps. I said, nah.
Ain't no way, right?
I said, there's no freaking way, dog. He said, Rich, that's what I do. So can you really explain your not just your format, but what you incorporate as far for you to get that fit and how it can help somebody?
Yeah, man. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit, right? So like I mentioned before, I used to play Division I football, right? Shout out to Towson University and Baltimore County.
Yeah.
But, and I played D-line. I was a little bit heavier then, right? Obviously, I've slimmed down since playing. However, I used to play D-line, right? I was undersized for the position. However, what I lacked in size, I made up with speed and effort.
Okay.
But nevertheless, though, right, when you're in that college football environment, man, everything is lift heavy. Everything is lift heavy. I'm talking about bench heavy, barbell on your back. You got 400 pounds in your back. They want
niggas screaming and shit. Go.
You know what I'm saying? They want you to, they want you to rep that bad boy 20 times. You got 4 plates on each side on your back. You be like, damn. And Bama's is throwing it up too. You know what I'm saying? Bama's is throwing it up. But I realized after school, and shout out to my old strength and conditioning coach too, because a lot of what he was trying to teach us back then, a lot of folks took that for granted. And I'm so thankful and I'm ever so grateful for the guy. He was an older gentleman too, but the dude, he's a little skinny guy, but the dude was flexible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The dude could bend, he could twist. And you'd be like, damn, how is this old
Yeah.
This guy, how is he that mobile? How is he that functional?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of what he was trying to teach us as far as, you know, thoroughly warming up before, because we used to warm up before going into the weight room, obviously, right? Like he would have like a workout program, and it would be a series of stretches, different variations. But, you know, being kids in the college, you're like, man, I'm young. I might just go in this thing and start throwing things up, right? Which we did. But a lot of what he was trying to teach us and a lot of what he was trying to instill in us as far as, you know, functional movement that is far, you know, more important than the actual strength training itself, we took for granted.
Okay.
And as a result, you know, you saw certain injuries like, you know, the ACL tears, the pulled hamstrings, you know, the whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Injuries, preventable injuries, right? So it wasn't until like I graduated from school and, you know, life aside from football that I realized, you know, if I really want my body to change, I'm gonna have to start doing things differently. And I realized, like, after I was done playing football, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be lifting all them heavy weights no more. I'm not trying to get off anybody's block. I'm not, you know, trying to tackle folks, you know? So I kind of shifted the way I started to train, right? So I got away from all the heavy lifting, all the bench pressing, all the barbell squat. And not to say barbell squats are like, you know,
to each his own.
To each his own. Yeah. You know, I still even do barbell squats, but I started to realize, you know what? I want to work out and I want to train for longevity.
Got you.
And in order to do that, you know, I decreased the weight, you know, significantly.
I see.
I decreased the weight significantly, and even some exercises I just completely removed from my routine. You know, so and then over a period of time, meeting certain individuals in the gym, you know, learning different exercises and different ways of training from different people. You know, I just started to incorporate things into my game, right? So I started doing a lot of calisthenic type exercises, right? A lot of push-ups, a lot of body weight exercises, because there's one thing to be strong through your body, and there's one thing to be strong through machines, right? A lot of people are strong through machines or weights, but they're not physically strong through their own body. Now, when you ask yourself, they're like, how does that make sense, right? So let's take, for example, you can see a gentleman on the bench press. He got what? 315 on there. That's 3 plates on each side, 315. Or he got 225, 2 plates on each side. He rapping it, bam, bam, bam. He like, damn, this fool's strong. Like, he's strong. Like, he got strength, right? You take that same guy, put him on a pull-up bar, and tell him to give me full 10 extension pull-ups. He can't do it.
Like what?
He's struggling by the third joint, trying to use his knees to propel himself.
There's no mobility.
Up.
There's no
strength. There's no actual strength, right? You know, and it's weird because it's like, how can you be strong, you know, on a barbell, but you don't have any body strength? And I realized that, you know, being strong through my body is the true strength. You know what I'm saying? That core strength. The core is the strongest part of your body.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If you have a strong core, like, it helps tenfold with the rest of your body. So I realized, like, you know, I started training differently. I started to incorporate more calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, dips, body weight squats, weighted dips. You know what I'm saying? Different things. And not only that, but more importantly, when I added that in conjunction with stretching, that's when my physique started to really change, right? Like, I was like, yo, you know, my muscles were more defined. I had more energy. You know what I'm saying? I was able to work out longer, have less wear and tear on my body, opposed to somebody who's always lifting heavy weights. You know what I'm saying? They got more or they're more injury prone because they're putting all that stress on their body from the weights.
Gotcha.
So I tell people I'm 60-40, right? 60% calisthenics, 40% strength training. And my strength training consists of resistance training. So that's anything cable machine or resistance band and or dumbbells.
Gotcha.
You know, and I like to lift light to moderate weights. And I think in terms of volume, reps. Give
me a good rep range.
A good rep range for the common individual. I would say a good rep range is anything from 12 to 15 reps in a set. You know, and even myself, I used to think that would, and it's good. You know, 12 to 15 reps, that's a decent amount of reps in a set, right? And I used to think, this is me personally, I used to think like, that's cool, But it wasn't until I started bodybuilding and I got with a trainer. Like I got with a trainer.
You a trainer that get with a trainer to prepare for bodybuilding.
Because I had no expertise in that field. So, and people used to ask me, it's like, man, you getting ready for a show? I'm like, nah, man, this is how I train, but my physique resembled one of a bodybuilder. And being in that Gold's Gym environment, which is a bodybuilder's gym originally, and starting to see different people who bodybuild, it kind of warranted me, to like, what, let me go ahead and give this a try.
Yeah.
So I got with a trainer, and then it wasn't until I got with a trainer, and then he had me doing reps, everything of 25 reps. Ooh. I'm like, so I went from 12 to 15 or 15 reps in set. Now we doing 25 reps. Everything. And I'm like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different. And then ever since then, like, all my reps be of 25.
25.
Now,
that's what you told me.
Now, if you think about it, if I'm doing 25 reps, I can't go heavy. You know what I'm saying? I don't got 2 80-pound, 100-pound dumbbells doing shoulder press 25 reps. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I keep the weight light to moderate, not too light, whereas though it feels like I'm bullying the weight, but more so something whereas though it feels like I'm getting something challenging, whereas though like if I hit this over a period of time with so many reps or so, over a period of time, if I get so many reps in, I'm going to be getting the same benefits over time.
That's you doing strength training.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? People don't understand how heavy a weight is till you hit that 16, 17 rep, and you got to get to 30. you go try it. Go put 135 on the bench, right? That's 245 plates, right? And try and do 30 to 40 reps. And give yourself 30 seconds and go back on there. And do that shit for 5 sets of that. And then you're going to understand how heavy that 135 is. So
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So once I asked you that, and you're not the only one that told me, or you're the only one that explained to me thoroughly the benefits of doing that. And I said, you know what? Once I start incorporating that with high level push-ups, because I love calisthenics.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't doing it to that
degree.
Magnitude, to that degree.
Yeah.
So once you told me, and you told me what it would do for you, and I seen the way you do, I'm like, and I seen the result, I said, oh yeah, I got to start doing that. So nowadays I'm doing more calisthenics than I'm doing weight training.
And man, especially for older individuals, right? Like, it's beneficial to them because you're not breaking your body down. You're not breaking your body down as you normally would if you just, stuck with straight weights or machines and you going heavy weights. You know what I'm saying?
Like joint, you know what I'm saying? You're messing your joints
up, everything. And the misconception is, the heavier you lift, the quicker you get stronger.
Nah.
And I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like the heavier you lift over a period of time, the more you break your body down. And
it's too much pressure on the body.
Too much pressure. And your body doesn't. Your body don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they want to be seen, just want to fake.
It's an ego macho thing.
I'm
starting to realize that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's an ego macho thing, man.
I don't care nothing about that. I'm lifting. I'm working out for the long term.
Yeah. So give me some pause. Give me some tips to gain muscle. If I really want to put on some muscle, give me a few tips I can use. And then after that, I want you to give me some tips to lose weight.
Got you. So if you really want to put on some muscle, man, your diet is everything.
Facts.
There's no escaping that. There's no getting around that. You are what you eat.
Absolutely.
And especially if you're on the leaner side, because a lot of people want to put on, healthy mass, right? You got to eat. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat not only clean, but you got to eat. You got to eat your protein.
Yeah.
You got to get your protein in, right? Those are the building blocks for trying to not only build muscle but to sustain muscle. So you can't be skipping out on meals. You can't eat one day and then be like, all right, cool. I didn't eat this much today, and I'm gonna eat tomorrow.
I'm gonna make it up tomorrow.
Nah, it's like it got to be consistent, and you have to be diligent with your food. It's almost like it has to be ingrained in you. That it's just like, man, I need to be eating this much food, every day consistently. So I would say not only getting your protein, like your caloric intake has to go up, but the amount of protein that you're consuming has to go up as
too.
well.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I'm gonna go ahead and revert this back to that stretching thing that I mentioned before. When I say that's a game changer, and that's when I saw the most results.
Gains.
Is when I really started stretching in conjunction with the diet.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to discredit the diet.
Of course
no,
not.
the diet comes first.
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough. That's paramount.
Yeah.
The diet comes first. But when I started incorporating stretching, when I tell you my physique went from a level 5 to a level 20, like, complete 360. Now it's just like that muscle definition was coming in, and it just went hand in hand with the food I was putting in my system.
Yeah.
Because it's like now my body, my muscles are getting that proper oxygen. They're getting that proper blood flow. And it's like, the food was the pump that was just, fueling my muscles.
Absolutely.
Now everything looks full. Now I look healthy. Now, I got nice, lean, healthy mass that not only I can continue to put on, but I can sustain as well.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
It makes a whole lot of sense. All right, give me some tips as far as weight loss.
Weight loss. So you want to stay in a caloric deficit. And what that means is you are consuming more calories than you're burning, right?
Okay.
So you want to be eating more, you want to be, you want to be eating less food than the calories that you're burning in the gym or, given your exercise periods, right? So, tips for weight loss, you want to make sure that you're drinking ample water. You know what I'm saying? That's imperative. Not only does the water help detoxify your gut, but it helps you use the restroom more frequently. It allows you to sleep better because rest and recovery is also very important. You're not going to see any results if you're not giving your body the time to recuperate, regenerate, and restore itself, right? So that means you can't be up all times of the night just lollygagging, right? Take your ass to sleep.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, get those hours in because you need to give your body time to heal.
Gotcha.
Not only that, but strength training. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to put your body under a certain level of resistance and duress. You know what I'm saying? Literally putting pressure on yourself. You know what I'm saying? What that's going to do is going to help, to change the body structure.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to help, you're putting tension on those muscles and as a result, you'll start to lose weight gradually, but that's all in conjunction with, the food that you're eating. You know what I'm saying? So I would stick to a leaner diet, you know what I'm saying? More fruits, more vegetables, obviously, right? Your complex carbs opposed to, your BS carbs.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? More sweet potatoes, consume your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, leaner carbs, leaner protein options, maybe like your white fish, things of that nature. But you want to make sure that, you're eating as well too, because you need to eat as well too to lose weight.
I was about to ask you, what's the frequency that you got to eat 4 or 5 times a day? In small increments,
right? Like you can be eating more times a day, but you just want to make sure that, the calories within those meals are, not a whole lot.
Gotcha. So you still got to be under the calorie deficit, right?
Yeah. And it looks different for different people. You know what I'm saying? What somebody who's 225, 6'2", you know what I'm saying? What their caloric intake or deficit looks like is going to be different from somebody that's, 6 foot, 300, whatever the case is, right? So it's different. It's different numbers for different people, right? So if you don't know how to really track that or kind of come up with those numbers, download an app like MyFitnessPal.
Okay.
Whereas though you kind of punch in those parameters and based on the numbers that you provide, they kind of give you, some metrics that you can follow. That way you have an idea, how much I should be consuming calorie wise or, the number in calories that the most amount of calories I should be consuming a day or the least amount.
You answered that. You answered my question.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
No, 100%. That's a great question.
So, what's your thoughts about fasting, especially intermittent fasting? Because I think some people got it a little. It's getting to a point where I feel like it's a what you call it?
A trend.
A trend. And people are not actually doing it right. Because a lot of people will intermittent fast, right? Let's say you got the window of 18 or 6, right?
Okay.
Oh, you got the 16 and 8, and you got the I think another one is Sometimes they do that 12-12 or whatever, right? And then the window that they're supposed to eat, they overeat. You understand what I'm saying? So their comprehension of fasting is not just vague, but it's flawed. So they don't lose the weight, or they're not as healthy as they're supposed to be because they're not doing it right. So now, can you shed some light on that?
As it pertains to intermittent fasting, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar with it. Okay. I've heard of it, obviously, but I've never engaged in it to the point where I can really speak on it and provide, I got you. You know, provide my point of view.
I got you.
However,
if you want to speak of fasting period, that's cool.
No, that's but I feel like because I fasted before. Okay, I don't believe it was intermittent fasting because I feel like there's a specific way to go about doing it, like you mentioned, right? But I feel like when people fast, and people fast for different reasons, but I feel like my opinion, I feel like the overall purpose for fasting is to, you know, not only give your body that reset. You know what I'm saying? Give your gut that reset, but also people do it for a lot of spiritual purposes as well. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna fast, do it because you want to kind of give your body a reset, right? Like if you feel like you've been eating too much, or you just need to give your body a cleanse. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Detox.
A detox, right? Go ahead and just, you know, give your body the opportunity to kind of start over in essence, right? Then I feel like you should engage in fasting. Or if you want to, you know, do it for spiritual reasons, you feel like you need to tap in with a higher power, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to connect with a higher power, then go ahead and, you know, fast as well. But just don't fast because you heard it was cool on TikTok.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Or somebody told you to fast, but they can't really provide you the beneficial reasons or why you should be fasting, or, you know, if it's going to do anything to provide you value at the end of the day. So don't do it just because you've seen somebody do it. Do it because you have a purpose for doing it, right?
And sometimes, you know, a lot of us are so plugged up, and I mean that sometimes you need to fast. And if you don't do it the right way, take a day off and don't eat no processed food, no food, period. You can go on a juice fast, or you can go on a raw vegetable fast. Or you can do both at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You want to do a juice fast, and you can't afford to buy the juices. Man, go get you a juicer. Invest in a juicer.
Or there's places that sell juices. Natural juices.
A lot of people, it's kind of expensive. So if you don't want to do that, go to the grocery store, buy a whole lot of juices, go on YouTube or go on Google and find the combinations of certain fruits. You got the citric ones that pulls, actually pulls a lot of toxins out your body, which is like the pineapples, the orange, the tangerines, the apples.
Absolutely.
Then you got the ones that hydrate you, which is the melons, the melon family, the watermelons, the honeydew, the cantaloupes, the cucumbers. And then you can also say, you know what, I want to invest in a juice, somebody that sells juice. No, you get one of these. You go to Nails. I got the juice.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Nell, you want to come over here real quick, Nell? You know what I'm saying? Plug real quick. Hey, Nell, look, this mic for you right here, man.
Oh, wow. I appreciate that.
Give him a little plug real quick.
You see how good God is? You see how good God is right here?
Yeah. It's me, Nelly Nell. I got the juice, baby. Call me Juice. Journey unparalleled, inspires confidence, executed.
Wow.
That's what that juice means.
Absolutely.
So I gave him the sunny day, which is pineapples, oranges, tangerines, carrots, pears, turmeric, honey mangoes, lemon, lime, and cayenne pepper.
I need that.
Then I got him the detox, the apples, cucumbers, ginger, the spinach, green bell peppers, lemon, lime, pears, and cayenne pepper. That cayenne pepper keep them artery walls open, blood flow, and for heart circulation, prevent heart attacks and strokes.
Keep your man hard like Rottweiler. My man said, what's the name of, that's what my man Ox said in Belly.
Follow me at I Got the Juice.
Shout out to Nelly.
Shout out to Nail, man. So,
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, juicing is good, man. It helps.
I love
juicing. It helps cleanse and reset the system, man. So, you know, if you can't afford the juicer,
that's that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nell.
Yeah, man.
You see how good God is?
Yeah.
Gonna bless you on camera with the juice.
With the juice.
And it hit different.
And it hit different.
And it's getting me right.
Look, whenever I can't make my juice at home, the first person I call you.
Hey, this Rich Talk podcast, man.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, Shorty I got the juice. Go follow her.
Hey, look,
yeah.
Hey, look, when we say I got the juice, we ain't talking about no PEDs even. This is natural shit. You feel me? This is that natural shit, man.
It's that, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No,
100%.
Yeah, bro. So let's continue. Let's so
talk to me.
What's in Tune's grocery cart? When you go to Whole Foods or Wegmans or
man.
What's in your grocery cart, my bro?
That's a great question. I appreciate that question too. So I would say about 95% of my shopping is done right when I walk into the grocery store. The part that everybody skips past, right? That'd be the most empty part. I'd be like, man, I got all this space and opportunity.
Like a playground for me.
I go through the aisles freely, right? You know, I take my time. You know, I get to looking through the fruits, looking through the vegetables. Oh, this is rotten, that, and the third. So a lot of my shopping is done in the produce aisle, right? When you walk in, right? I'm hunting for the fruits and the vegetables, right? Blueberries. Blackberries,
brain food,
strawberries,
brain food,
bananas, avocado, sweet potato, mushrooms, spinach, kale, man, you name it, like watermelon. I'm getting raspberries, right? A lot of what's in my cart is done right when I walk into the grocery store, right? The things that need to be refrigerated, the easily perishable products, right? It's only when you get into the aisles is where you start finding stuff that's slowly killing us, right?
Exactly.
The highly processed food, all the stuff that got
foods,
preservatives. You know what I'm saying? You kind of gotta be, curious, right? I'm like, man, if this ketchup joint been on the shelf for 3-4 months, and I take it home and it's still on the shelf and it's still good when I go to use it, you got to be, you got to kind of ask yourself, I'm like, yo, how is this still good? You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff be up there forever for display until, somebody just take it home and be like, all right, this is cool. And then it sits on their shelf for another 2-3 months till they finally decide, like, all right, now I feel like I'm going to use this for my hot dog pause. You feel me?
Yeah.
But now a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of greens, right? Greens, a lot of colors in my shopping cart. And, a lot of seafood, whether that be the fish, and then I get my protein. So more recently I've been doing a lot of ground bison.
I got you. You was telling me,
that bison is something about it. It's so lean.
Yeah.
It's lean, but it's, flavorful if you cook it the right way. Yeah. So but just to answer your question, Rich, I do a lot of fruits and vegetables, man. That's what gives me life, man. That's what gives me energy.
Absolutely.
And that's what's allowed me to create, not only create, but to sustain the physique that I have now.
Do you meal prep?
I do.
Okay.
I do meal prep, and then sometimes we're on the go. Sometimes we don't have time to be standing over the stove, or the patience to stand over the stove for 3+ hours.
Yeah.
Not only cook the food, then prep the food, then sort the food, then stash the food away. It's all a process,
man,
right?
Especially for a busy person.
Man, you talking about a whole day full of like, man, I'm about to be in the kitchen all day.
Well,
so a lot of time when I don't feel like prepping my own food, which I do often, I just go ahead and outsource it to a meal prep service. So even when I can't physically make my food,
I got you.
I let, the people who do that, I let them, cook up the meals, and I just, when it's time for me to eat it, I just put it in the microwave. And I still, find a way to keep it clean. Because a lot of times what happens is, if you don't cook your food, to take a day out like on the weekend to cook your food, prep your food. Now what you're doing is you're subjecting yourself to eating out because you have nothing made, right?
Exactly.
So now it's like you're going to be on the go, you're going to be moving, you're not going to have time to be like, all right, let me go to the local grocery store and put together me a salad. you're not doing that. You're going to go to the
you're
fast
not.
food
The
joint, the
mind-
closest to you, the most convenient, whether that be Chipotle. You might think of the healthiest. I'm like, I'm about to go grab this bowl from Chipotle. It ain't that bad. The next thing you know, you slapping the sour cream on the joint, the whole bowl destroyed.
That shit ain't gonna hurt.
You feel me?
Tell
Like,
myself, I got most of the stuff in there is healthy, so a little sour cream, a little cheese. ain't
yeah,
gonna
little
hurt.
cheese. You know what I'm saying? Double chicken, double steak. I'm like, bruh. Then you crush the whole bowl with the sour cream.
Yeah.
That joint be a whole spoon, whop, right on the bowl.
And then feel guilty after. Damn, I shouldn't have
did that. But that's only on Monday. Now you got 4 more days of doing the same because you ain't got nothing made.
Yeah.
And you're not about to fool yourself and be like, oh yeah, well
I've been
tomorrow
there.
I'm gonna eat healthy. Like,
I've
nah,
been there.
tomorrow I still don't got nothing made. I'm about to go to wherever next, right? I'm gonna do it again.
I'll do it again. Look, I'll start my meal prep next Monday.
Now you wasting money and you setting your body back for real. So like even times where I don't feel like making my food this weekend and like, I'm gonna pay for the service because I was like, I can't, fall off track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and
It's so easy to fall off track. It's so
and
easy.
sometimes, to be honest with you, Tone,
Sure.
you can keep it so simple, right? Broccoli don't take 5 minutes
At all.
You can steam
You can
broccoli
steam
in
that
5
joint.
minutes.
5 minutes.
Sweet potatoes go in the oven. You can set and forget. And if you want to make any type of protein, you can throw it inside the oven with a sweet potato. Go to sleep.
Or get you an air fryer.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, sometimes it's not the time. We don't make the time. We make excuses why. You know what I'm saying?
Laziness.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been there where I done forgot to make meal prep and I pay for it. But I think, you know what I'm saying, for especially somebody that's on the go, you have to meal prep.
Got to.
Because if you're not, you're gonna be out here susceptible to all this bad food, and you're gonna fall victim to it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, man. Or you're gonna, like you said, you have to get your protein in.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying?
If you got goals.
You missing meals. You know what I'm saying? If you got
if you
goals,
don't care, it's like, all right, whatever.
You don't starve yourself all day because you don't want to eat nothing out here.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, you could have took an hour and just made some food real quick, a meal prep real quick, and just, and you don't have to be your usual every week meal prep. You can make something real simple. you know?
And it don't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be thinking it got to be extra fancy. Like, I got to have this, that, and the third. Like, nah, man, you can make it, keep it simple, stupid, man.
That's it, KISS.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid. The more simple it is, you know what I'm saying, the more efficient. Less is more, man. You don't got to do the most with your food, you know.
Absolutely.
Yes, I get it. It can become redundant. Yes, I get it. It may seem boring and repetitive, right? Or I'm eating the same thing, or I want something fresh. But like, no, it's not about what you feel like, this, that, and the third. It comes down to discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
once you realize that I'm not eating for pleasure, I'm eating for fuel.
Exactly.
The food is to only fuel your body.
It changes your mindset.
You know what I'm saying?
Once you start thinking like that, I'm eating just to fuel my body to get to a certain goal.
Absolutely.
It changes your mentality, and it changes the way you look at food.
When you shift your paradigm in that regard, whereas though you stop looking at food from a comforting aspect, right? Something that comforts me, or that's something that I kind of use as a scapegoat to escape my reality, right? Rather than looking at food from the perspective of this food is to only fuel my system, to keep me going, to keep me operating at a high level, to keep me performing, to keep my mind sharp, to keep my faculties clicking.
Absolutely.
When you start looking at food from that perspective, then that's when growth comes in.
That's when it coincides with your body.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. Okay, you spoke a little bit, and I really want you to really go into this because I think people don't take this seriously.
Okay.
Sleep and recovery. How important that is to your goals and to your body.
Man, sleep and recovery is everything. Even if you eating the right things. Even if you working out consistently, you're doing everything that you need to do inside the gym and as far as your diet, right? If you're not getting a proper rest, you're not going to see any type of results, or you may see a delayed result that may lead to a high level of frustration because you're doing certain things right, but you're not doing everything right. And a lot of people take the rest and recovery for granted. They don't think it's important, or they don't know. They're ignorant to the fact that the rest and recovery is probably the most important, you know, in relation to the nutrition and the exercise itself, because you got to give your body time to heal. You got to give your body time to recover. You got to give your body time to regenerate and restore itself, you know, after beating your body up all day, whether that be through your daily routine or through just your daily physical exercise, right? You know what I'm saying? The body is a machine. You know, you gotta get that machine time to rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like, let's take for example, you're not gonna be driving your car for 24 hours straight.
Give it some time for the car to cool down.
Give your time for your engine to cool down. Your joint is gonna blow up. Yeah. Imagine you be like, I'm about to just drive this joint however long until the joint stop. The joint gonna stop working.
Even if you do, you still gotta stop at a gas station and refuel it.
You gotta refuel it.
You feel what I'm saying? That's
same scenario with your body.
That's equivalent to sleep.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Equivalent to sleep,
exactly.
Right? You know, and food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta you gotta fuel your body with the right food, right? You're not about to be putting 87 in a Bugatti. You're not about to be putting 87 in a lamb truck.
Preach, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? You're not about to be putting 87 in a Porsche.
Preach, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? Treat your body. You're not about to be putting 87 in a Rolls Royce. Treat your body like a Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? Or your body's gonna operate like a Honda Civic. You know,
but a lot of people value their body like a Honda Civic. They do.
A lot of people built like a Honda Civic.
Hey, look, we ain't gonna get to see Marty level with the big back. We're gonna be here all goddamn night. Hey, look, shout out to my man C Marty. Look, shout out to my man C Marty for telling these people the goddamn truth about themselves, man. I love your approach, man.
Shout
keep
out to
going,
man.
man.
That's man. We the source, man. That's the source, man.
Keep going, man. Let's talk about etiquette, right?
Okay. What kind of etiquette? Because there's certain forms.
Yeah. Aesthetics.
Certain environments.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about, you know, sometimes I go in the gym, right?
Sure. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Because it blows me. Especially at our gym. Really just grinds me up. I be wanting to say something, I don't want to be that guy.
I go in there and I'm like, and even see Marty has put a few videos up, right? And some of these stuff that some of these people wear is outrageous. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes it was even a woman came to me like, Rich, you know some of these women really stink. I'm like, huh? He said, yeah. He said some of these women with the little shorts up their ass, and you know you supposed to be in the gym, but you dress like you in a strip club or you a strip club. And you know, and then you wonder why some men come to you and approach you in a way where you deem is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So can you talk about that a little bit?
I think
as a trainer.
Yeah, as a trainer, I really think it just comes down to, you know, having self-respect. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that you know, whether it's a woman or a man, I'm not saying that you can't wear certain pieces of clothing that you may want to show yourself a little bit. We're in the gym, right? People want to, they want to feel confident within their skin. They want to feel confident with their clothing. A lot of people want to show off, you know, what they've been working for. Now, with that being said, there's certain ways to go about it, and there's certain ways to not go about it, right? Obviously, there's clothes that, you know, you can show off what you've been putting in the work for, and people are like, okay, you know, they got a nice physique, whoop-de-woo. But then there's also things that people wear where it's just like, you know, you're warning a certain level of attention. You know what I'm saying? Like you're generating a certain level of attention that you may not want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it comes from, I wouldn't even say that, because I see a lot of men, you know, be wearing some stuff that's just like, bro, come on, bro.
I'm speaking of that because
there's too many men in this joint. What you doing, bro? You know
I'm speaking of that because respectfully, I like women. So I leave that other shit that these men wear, which is fucking outrageous. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk about that. As a man, you should hold yourself in a high regard. And that shit. You feel me? But, you know, I say that because I try my best not to pay that shit no attention.
Yes, but like,
fuck you got on?
Fuck is you
wrong, man? No.
You good?
It's crazy, man. I just feel like, I think it's a lack of self-esteem. It's a lack of respect for self. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a shape, it don't take, thank you, Janelle. It don't take that much for a person to notice. You know what I'm saying? And if you got self-respect, it don't take that man for a high-level man to notice you.
Absolutely.
So you know what I'm saying? Like us men, I'll be honest with you, we do like to see a little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
You want to see it, obviously, right?
Not to that extent.
Yeah.
You know, so not to that extent where everything that I'm supposed to not guess, but I'm supposed to like imagine, you showing it to me.
You showing it to
So
me.
now the whole imagination is out the window. Now you done gave me the whole cow. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even ask for it.
I didn't even ask for it. So the whole, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a little bit. I don't know what it is, but it's gone a little bit too far. You know,
it has gone. It has gone a little bit too far, and what you're starting to see is, the same ones who, you know, preach about how they don't like men approaching them,
exactly.
or you know how men shouldn't be talking to women in the gym, but like you're doing things that is like
it's gonna attract that type of
that you are causing that interaction to happen.
Yep.
You know, and it's because what you got on now, like you mentioned, right? You showing me everything that I should be imagining. Given the fact if you had on regular clothes, but now that you showing, you showing all your goodies. Now it's just like I'm looking at you in a certain light. I'm looking at you in a certain light. Now I'm looking at you like I'm making certain inferences about you, right? Now it's just like, damn, do you have self-respect? Do you lack confidence, or you feel like you need to show everything to be able to generate a certain level of attention from men? Because if you think about it, the gym is a male-dominated environment.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So when I see women wear certain pieces of clothing, the most revealing clothing, or you got the tightest clothes up your ass. Now it's just like, in my mind, it's just like, all right, well, she knows there's about to be a lot of men here. Now it's like, I know you're doing things for attention, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it gets tricky and sticky, but I feel like it comes down to that etiquette, right? Have a certain level of respect for yourself, because if you don't want men approaching you or, coming to you or talking to you in a certain manner, then don't give them a reason to, and by you wearing certain pieces of clothing, you're kind of opening the door and you're inviting those interactions or the possibility of somebody possibly disrespecting you or talking to you or calling you out your name or, giving you energy that's unwarranted that you weren't looking for. So you gotta be mindful of what you're putting on, especially in a male-dominated environment. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And then not only that, in etiquette in that regard, but etiquette as far as just the little things, like put your damn weights back. Put your shit back, brother. This ain't your house, brother.
Look, I tell you,
you know what I'm saying?
On that aspect, man, when it comes to that, man, it's sometimes you go to the gym, right, and the whole rack is gone. You gotta go upstairs. Sometimes you see 125 and you see the other 25 upstairs. You feel me? You see
I be seeing 25s in the sauna.
Yeah, that too.
Like, bro, how did this show even make it here, bro? Why you got weights in the sauna, bro?
And they leave it there. You feel me? And they leave it there.
For somebody else to take it. But that's the mentality, like, oh, the janitor, you know what I'm saying, he'll bring it back, or somebody else that's not me gonna put it back.
And I think with goals, man, they don't hold people responsible for shit. Because I think if they did,
more people. And I feel like, I'm glad you said that, because if you really start enforcing some policies, like, the next person I don't see, if I see you take that weight, you use that joint, you leave it there, I'm gonna come find you, bro. You done. You can't come back here.
You can't come here, because the thing is,
oh damn, I'm serious.
Because if you go to certain gyms that's paying $100 a month, $150 a month, those type, even with the clothing is different. You feel what I'm saying?
The level of respect.
Yeah, the level of respect is different. And you don't see a lot of
the mentality is different.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess, you know what I'm saying?
When you paying $10 a month, and I'll go to gym, that joint free for all.
Like, so it is like a double-edged sword. So yeah, it is like a double-edged sword. So I guess it's telling me that if you want to see you want a better environment, you just got to pay more.
You got to pay more.
You feel me? You just got to pay more. But the thing is, I like the weights and goals. You feel me? But the thing is, like,
I like the variety. They got a whole.
Exactly.
They're stepping
and
it
I done
up.
built a lot of relationships. I'm at tune there. You know what I'm saying? I'm at like, so sometimes I go there not just for the motivation, but for the
network.
Yeah, for the network, for the positive people. But sometimes it just meshes in with other things. People coming in there for the wrong reasons, and people doing this, people doing that. Kind of, you know,
Everything,
it negates. It negates the reasons why you there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. I say, as black people, man, we take an inch, they give you an inch pause, and you take a whole yard. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I say a pause. I can't do no better than say pause. Forgive me.
That was crazy.
We gotta do better, man. Because the thing is, you don't need to reveal yourself that much to get a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? If a man likes you, it ain't about what you got on, it's about what you got here.
Man, I always tell people, man, don't chase, man, attract.
Mm-hmm. When you chase nothing, bro.
When you work on yourself, you work on building yourself, you know, uplifting yourself, bettering yourself, self-improving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, that energy is in the atmosphere. You putting that energy out into the world.
Absolutely.
And the ones that are meant for you will come into your aura. They'll come into your bubble without help, without you having to force it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's when you chasing, because when you think about it, when you're chasing, when you're chasing something, that means something is running away from you.
Exactly.
You're not chasing what's coming towards you. Mm-mm. You just let it happen.
Exactly.
But when you're chasing something, you're literally going after something that is going in a direction opposite of where you're headed, right? So, and a lot of times you get the short end of the stick, pause, because your focus is on something that doesn't have its focus on you. Yeah. You know, it's pulling away from you, and it's pulling away from you, and you're trying to, you know, it's resistant, and you're trying to pull it in. So work on yourself, work on bettering yourself, work on growing as an individual, building yourself up, and naturally, whatever's meant for you, whoever's meant for you, those type of people will come to you naturally. Yeah. And not only that, but when they do, it'll feel cohesive. Yeah. It won't feel forced. The energy will feel organic, and you know, and it'll mesh right there and then. You won't have to question it.
Yeah. So, I think this is my last question.
What you got?
You know what I'm saying? No, they say your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Sometimes people ask me, Rich, I can't find a man. Like a lot of females sit in my chair, I can't find a man. I'm like, you have to go to the environment that are conducive to the things that you like to be able to attract that type of person that you want. Sometimes you find somebody that you like, but y'all don't have the same type of things in common. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely, you tend to not like him, or he tends to not like you, and y'all fall apart, right?
Sure.
So I say that to say this, right? Do you think, this is what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
A person, I don't think I can ever deal with somebody that don't work out. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I say that I want to be with you for a long period of time until given quote unquote eternity, I don't want you to be 55, 60 years old and I'm taking care of you. Because you don't want to take care of your health.
You take care of yourself.
So the first thing I want a person that's dealing with me to do, you have to be able to do some of the things that I like to do. One of them is working out, right? So my question to you is this, right?
Sure.
Do you think a gym is a safe place to meet people?
Yes.
Okay.
That gym is definitely a safe place to meet people because, you know, it can be yes and no.
And no.
It can be yes and no. It all depends on the individual. Mm-hmm. So it's all relative, right? Because if we're operating in, you know, our gift, you know, our own energy, and we're vibrating and we're operating at a high frequency, right? Naturally, we're going to attract the same without having to look for it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like what I just mentioned, right? However, you know, there's 1,000,001 reasons why people go to the gym, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why I say yes and no, because a lot of people are not there to be looking.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are there because they're in a dark place. A lot of people there to relieve anxiety.
Absolutely.
To, you know, try to better their personal development, right? And a lot of people are not looking for it to be a dating scene. But
that's why I asked you that.
But I feel like, to answer your question, I feel like it can be, right? Because the number one overall, I believe the number one overall purpose of the gym is to better yourself.
Yeah.
In some shape, form, or facet.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? To improve on yourself. And I feel like, you know, if you're doing that over a period of time, and like I said, if you're not really chasing anything, and you're working on yourself, and somebody's going to take notice. You know what I'm saying? You're going to attract somebody into your bubble. Like I said, I go into that room every day that you see me. Rich, I can't tell you how many times I've been. I'm not, because I don't get big headed. I'm getting beside myself, right? You know, I'm a very humble individual, but I can't tell you how many times I've been in that room, that glass room. I be by myself, nobody in there, it's just me. I'm stretching, I'm minding my business. Next thing you know, it's 2, 3, 4 girls coming in there, and they working out around me. I'm just like, how do all y'all get it? You know what I'm saying? And y'all not even really working out, because everybody got peripheral. I'm focused on what I'm doing, but I can see what's going on around me. I'm not a goofy. I'm on everything. I'm hip to what's going on. Y'all not in here to work out. Y'all in here to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's not to say that every woman is just like, you know, just looking to pick up guy or X, Y, Z. But like, naturally, if you're working, you're gonna attract different other people's energies, right? And now it's your job, you know, it's your job to have that discernment to realize, you know, if this individual's for me, or if, you know, if they just looking for my attention. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a safe place based on the person, based on, you know, the vibration that they operate at, and I feel like, you know, the quality of individual that they are. You know what I'm saying? Because you can meet your lifelong partner in the gym. You know, you can meet somebody who has the same exact qualities as you. You guys are going to the same place for the same reason. So, you know. And
the thing is, like, my take on that is, right, I think communication is key.
Man.
You don't have to meet a person, right, and the same day you want their number, you want to take them out on a date. You know what I'm saying? You can slowly talk to the person. Hey, how you doing? My name is Richard. Go about your business. What's your name? Oh, you know what I'm saying? I like to know people's name. X, Y, Z. Okay. I think what you're doing is beautiful. I seen you. Cool. Next day you see her. Oh, hey Layla. Hey, this. How you doing today? How was your day? So you build a relationship slowly but surely. And you build up to that.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, sometimes, I'm not saying I'm apprehensive talking to women in there. It's just these cornball ass niggas that messed it up for everybody in the gym. So sometimes when you approach a woman and say, hey, how you doing? They got their guards out because they think you everybody else.
Yeah, man. And unfortunately, you know, the gym that we go to, it's a lot of that going on. Like, and that goes back to the fact that folks be going there for the wrong reason.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of guys are going in there because they want to, you know, just try to get at shorties all day. You're not there for the right reason, bro. You know, the gym, yes, you know, you can meet quality people. However, it's not a dating environment. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't treat it as, oh, I'm going here to get at girls. If you want to do that, go to U Street. You know what I'm saying? Go down. Go to places where people are or inviting that type of energy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of women don't even, if you know anything, if you're a man and you know anything about, you know, just gym etiquette or the gym dynamic, you'll understand that a lot of women don't even want to be approached.
They don't
even want to be noticed. You know, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be approached because it's intimidating. Not only is it intimidating, but if you think it's just all men in there and very few women, you know what I'm saying? You don't know, you know, why she's in there. You don't know, you know, what she's going through. You don't know she may have certain triggers. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is, Tune, there's levels to break through a shell. There's levels to peel an onion. So Rome wasn't built in a day. If you see somebody that you feel attracted to, right? We speaking of attraction now.
Sure.
You feel me? That you're attracted to. That, like I say, there's levels that you can go. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? Get to know her in the gym before you push it. Maybe a week or two from now, I ain't really like her like that. Because you would see by her attitude every time you speak to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you doing? What? Okay. Oh, my name is Richard. What's your name? Okay, boom. But the more you talk to her in the coming weeks and the coming months, you get to build a relationship in the gym where she look at you like you ain't no cornball.
Yeah.
This man don't just want me for my drawers.
Facts.
You feel me? So once you build that relationship, you be like, you know what? Can I take you out to eat?
And
You'd be surprised.
You know,
oh man, I've been waiting for you to ask me for the longest.
Since the time.
At that point in time, you have built a level of respect from her that she knows that you just didn't come at her for any form of like, I just want to fuck you. Or, you know what I'm saying? That's all I want. At least you got to know her a little bit before you ask her for a phone.
Yeah, it's progressional.
There you go.
It's like you're almost vetting the person.
Exactly.
Without physically getting at them initially, right?
It's a level of respect.
You know.
Exactly.
Kind of cultivate that, you know, that attraction over a number of interactions.
And most of the times, man, here's my number. What's your phone? Here's my number. Call me. They tell you that. Call me.
You know what I'm saying?
They make the move because now they're seeing that you the value that you presented to them is not just physical. You're giving them more than just the way that they look aesthetically.
And
you know?
it's not the same energy that they've been receiving
exactly
from every other guy.
There you go.
You know, that
there
thirsty.
You go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because they can feel it. You know, women are hyper aware.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Women are very hyper aware, so they can kind of sniff certain things on the dude before you ever open your mouth. They can tell if you're confident or not. They can tell, you know. Man,
they can smell. They know women are intuitive. You're more instinctive, so they can sense exactly. But then, like I said, a lot of men cornball dudes in there make it bad for us. So sometimes you gotta crack the shell a little bit slower.
And you can tell when the shield is up. When you're not a cornball, you be like, oh, she got her defense up. She got her guard up.
Because I understand.
You know,
like you said, they're not there to actually. This is not a dating. This is not a dating. This is not a club. They're coming there for self-improvement, self-development. So sometimes, you know, communication is key. You might go in there and just communicate with that person. And you're like, I like what you're doing. I like, you know what I'm saying, the way, you know what I'm saying? Just there's certain ways you can talk to a woman to garner her respect.
Absolutely.
And then you don't have to get in her drawers every single time you see her. And all these guys in there, man, I'm like, oh my goodness. And you walk past, I'm like, dog, are you serious? She's trying to work out.
Oh my God. I'll be seeing the funniest shit. I'll be seeing the funniest shit going on in there. I'll be like, man, it's about to end really bad for this guy.
Yes,
for real.
yes, bro. So yeah. I mean, if you ask me, like you said, it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways you can go about doing it. And
there's ways you can go about doing it. If you just carry yourself in the correct manner, you have gym etiquette. You know,
and then you will attract. The thing is, once you correct yourself in the right manner, you will attract all of them.
All of them.
And the thing is, all you got to do is just have the right physique. That pull. Let me shut up.
Nah, he right.
You know what I'm saying?
Have the right physique.
And the right mindset. And when I say physique, I'm not speaking of just the physical physique. I'm talking about the mindset too.
The mental physique.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have all of that. So when they approach you, man, you have something to talk about.
Yeah,
you know
and have those communication skills
exactly.
as well too.
You ain't just a macho, dumbass dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Pause, you know what I'm saying? Just walking around full of muscles. Can't even hold a 2-minute conversation. You know what I'm saying?
About anything relevant.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So add value, man.
That's it.
Continue
wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't catch me at no Fridays trying to look for a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go to the gym and trying to attract somebody with the same like mind as me, where I can even communicate with her and then see where we can take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
But you won't catch me because, you know what I'm saying, that's a little vibrational level that I don't want to be dealing with. You know, I'd rather go to Barnes and Nobles or go to like Busboy and Poets or go to like a spoken word. That's my style. You feel me? That's my style. I'm not really like where I am right now in my life. I want somebody that's congruent with my way of life or my thought process.
Your thought process.
You feel me? So the gym is like, if I meet somebody in the gym, that's cool.
That's
I
a
won't
plus.
mind that because that's a plus. Because I know if I get up at 5:30 in the morning, I tell her I'm going to the gym for 3 hours, she ain't gonna think I'm going to cheat on her.
Yeah.
You feel me? Oh, you went to the gym for 3 hours. What's her name? I'm like, are you serious?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? I was working on myself. Ain't no nigga go, what you trying to do?
Who you trying to look good for?
Exactly. You feel me? So that cuts off a lot when you meet somebody that have the same mindset as you. You know
man.
So yeah. So what you got going on in the future though? What Tune got going on?
Truth be told, I want to get to the point where as though I'm living off the internet.
Okay.
You know, that's my ultimate goal by providing value though.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By helping others some way, somehow, you know.
You help me.
I appreciate you help me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the opportunity. I don't really take things for granted these days.
Me neither, man.
You know, because life is short.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you present the opportunity or just invited me to come on to enter your space, you know, I'm very appreciative and grateful.
And we had a dope conversation, bro.
Absolutely.
This was, I mean, this conversation, if you don't get nothing out of this, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'll keep telling y'all, I'm going to bring y'all the high, look, Rich Talk is going to bring y'all the high level thinkers. All you have to do is implement everything that they're telling y'all. What else can I do? And I'm not asking y'all for $1. If you notice, since I've been doing this, I ain't asked nobody for no cash app. I ain't do no Patreon. I mean, that's down the line, but I'm providing you guys crazy information that I guarantee you right now, right, if some of these episodes don't go viral in 2-3 years, once y'all start seeing the value, once I pick up a lot of followers, y'all gonna understand why I started doing this, man. Charity starts at home. I'm always make sure that my home is alright before I go outside of that. You know what I'm saying? I kept telling y'all when I started, right, that there's a lot of value at home. And I'm bringing you, like, I've been leveling up every single episode. Man, Tune, man, like I said, if y'all can't get nothing no information out of what this man provided, I don't know what to tell y'all. You get y'all spiritual, physical, mental, psychological, like, what else do you want? Like, what else do you want, man?
Free game.
Free game.
You
know what I'm saying? So, I
man.
appreciate you, man, for taking your time out, man, to come sit down and provide all this information, man.
Nah, I appreciate
I wish you
platform.
nothing but success. I wish you nothing but peace. I wish you nothing but love. I wish you nothing but just high level, you know what I'm saying? Just rewards that's insurmountable, my brother. So keep doing what you're doing, man. And one more question, man.
What you got?
When it's all said and done, my brother, and you leave this earth and you translate to your next chapter, man. When you look back, man, what do you want to be remembered by?
I want to be remembered as the guy who created such an impact on people that, you know, my name will be a household name.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to leave impact so great that, you know, I'll always be remembered, or people will always be able to. Whenever my name is brought up, it'll always be in a high regard.
Yes.
Like, damn, I remember, you know, Tune, or, you know, Sweat Check, you know what I'm saying? He inspired me to get my body right, or, you know, he changed my perspective on life, or he shifted my paradigm, or he was the reason I chose self-improvement, or, you know, or he's the reason why, you know, I chose to get better. I want to create that, I want to leave that impact, that long-lasting impact, that lifetime impact, whereas though, you know, folks who bring up my name, you know, they're bringing it only to speak positive things about me, because that was the type of person I was. That was what I stood on as an individual, and that's the energy that resonated with me, and that resonated, and that will resonate with people, you know, far after I'm gone.
That's amazing, my brother.
So, you know, Rich, I really appreciate, you know, bringing me on. You know what I'm saying? You have a beautiful platform.
Thank you,
and,
my
you
brother.
know, God is only going to continue to bless you, because not only are you pouring into yourself, but you're pouring into others, and you're not looking for anything in return.
Absolutely.
And like I said, you know, the more, and we spoke about this, the more people that you can have that impact on, the more lives you can change, the more people or the more problems that you can help or solve for people, you know, God will bless you on the back end as a byproduct. It's not about the money, but it's about how many lives that you can change.
Thank
so, you know, I love what you're doing, and trust me, it's going to be big. You know what I'm saying? We in the infant stages, but, you know, I see big things for you, Rich. So God bless you, my boy.
God bless you, my brother, for those words of wisdom, man. Thank you so much, man. And like I said, I'm going to continue doing it, man. I'm blessed to have people like Tune on my platform, man. Like, my level of appreciation, man, you don't even understand. You know, you don't understand. Like, our friendship is going to be to the end of time.
Absolutely.
You know, so stay tuned. Like, what, man, before I finish, where can they find you at, man? Drop your.
Yeah, so appreciate those who watch this, man. You know what I'm saying? My motto is, no sweat, no check. If you ain't sweat, you ain't work. Self-improvement is always on the menu. We're going to tap in. If you guys looking familiar, you guys want to follow me, follow my journey, you can add me on IG. On IG, my name is Sweat for the Check, FOR, Sweat for the Check. And I'm on YouTube as Sweat Check, one word. Let's tap in.
Let's tap in. It's been another great fucking episode, man. We'll be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, man. Y'all be safe. my brother, man. Thank you, man.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate all y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, Black, appreciate that, man.
Oh, 101.
100%.
Jeez.